Mermaids, Tessa here. Today I'm going to make a quick card using a Little Mermaid stamp and die along with a couple new inks. This is New Fish and Pond and Peace of Mind. I didn't end up using the Daydreamers. I'm just going to make my card base real quick, and this is just a nice smooth white cardstock. It's the Ranger stamping paper. So I'm just going to get it nice and creased there so I know where I'm working, and I'm going to use New Fish and Pond first, and it's a nice light aqua blue. It's so pretty. And I have a round blending tool, and I'm just going to use it to blend the ink onto the front of my card here. So working my way towards the top of the card, I'm just kind of layering ink over and over again to get the look I want. I kind of want like an ombre look, so it's lighter on top and darker on the bottom. And I also want it to be taller on one side, so I'm going to kind of go up the right side of the card a little more with the color so that it blends a little higher up on the card. So once I was done with that color, I thought I'd use the Peace of Mind on top of it just to give it a little darker blend on the bottom part. So this kind of just darkens up the bottom edge there. Alright, you can see my mistakes. Here's the paper I was using. I don't like it. I gave it a thumbs down because look, you can see thumbprints or something. They're fingerprints. What's up with that? That was really annoying. They didn't blend out. So I'm using it anyway, and I'm going to keep going. I chose Mermaid Faye for today's card. I love how she looks. She looks so regal with her little crown and jewels. Her eyes closed, you know, happy mermaid, right? So we're going to use the same color ink we blended with. This is a lighter one, New Fish and Pond. And we're just going to stamp some of the seaweed so that it kind of blends into the bottom part, but you can see it really shows up in the top part. And I just went ahead and made a little seaweed garden for Faye. Now I'm going to stamp some bubbles. I decided to go with the heart ones. I think these little hearts are so cute and they remind me of little heart bubbles. So I'm going to add those here and there. I've got the little one on one side of the block and the big one on the other, so I can use them at the same time. And it works really well that way. And this is the same New Fish and Pond ink. Alright, so there's the stamp portion. And now we gotta make our mermaid. I've got Ranger Smooth, this is the smooth side of the Ranger watercolor paper. That's what I'm stamping on. And I have my Stampin' Up! Black. It's a new one I got, and I really like it. It's permanent, so you can watercolor with it. And it's really, really nice dark black. And it's a little juicier than the StazOn. I was gonna use some different colors, but I kind of liked this aqua teal-y color that was on my palette already, so I just went ahead and started with this. And fill in her little tail. You can see I stamped two monkeys too because I wasn't quite sure what color scheme I wanted to go with. And I always stamp two just in case, like when I'm coloring. I always tend to mess up the first one and need a second one anyway, so I usually stamp two to begin with, and if I'm lucky I can use the first one, and if not I've got my backup second one. So right here I'm kind of guessing, like second guessing the brown, but my paintbrush was loaded up, so I went ahead and painted her brown because that's what color monkeys are. I thought, what am I doing? It's a mermaid monkey. I should be painting her some fun color like purple or green or blue. So I ended up finishing her with the brown and painting the second one just because of that. I love these watercolors because they're so forgiving if you mess up. You can literally just pull back what you've done. You can see here I got that cheek a little too dark, so use the paper towel to just pick it up and painted some new ones on there. It didn't take long at all. So this one I started with the green. I really like that color. For her tail, it's kind of the opposite of the other tail, I guess. Yeah. And then I'm going to use my Soft Sky ink pad for her fur. It's kind of a silvery blue. And a little bit of gray just for her tummy and her face. Thought the gray would look nice with the blues. Whoops, a little too much again. All right, so now we can add a little sparkle. This is just a clear glimmer pen, and I'm going to add some to their tail fins because I mean, they're mermaids. Of course they have sparkly tail fins, right? All right, so that's done, and we'll pop them out with the die cut. So now that they're out, I can kind of see which one I like better. And I think I like the little blue girl better this time, but that means I can use the other one for another card. That's a good reason to stamp two too, right? Now I can make two cards. So I'm going to kind of place her there and gotta figure out where I want to put the sentiment. I'm going to use my Stampin' Up! Black ink again. And now that that's stamped, I feel like I needed to add just a little bit of another darker element. So I ended up adding some splatter with the dark gray Ink Abilities splatter. Delusions? I think it's Delusions. Dilutions. Anyway, they're my favorite little splatter makers. And I realized I didn't paint in her little jewel on the top of her head, so I'm going to use that same dark gray just to add a little bit of color there. So, all right, everything's dry, and we can go ahead and add fade to the card. And I've got these little iridescent bubbles. They're little charms by Queen and Company. I decided to use the green because I thought it would pull out the green in her tail a little bit. Add another green element. And they just look like little bubbles. They're super cute, and they add a little sparkle. And once they're all in position, I think the card is all finished. So there's the finished card. Here's a little close-up of it. There she is. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.